Jamie Down, the Keto Queen. I hope you've had a great weekend. It feels like it seems like it's been like 20 days since I've talked to you guys. I don't know what's going on with the lighting in here. It's really bad. How are you guys doing? Hey, Mary, how are you? So I hope you guys have had a great week. It's been a little nutty around the world with all these ice storms. Hey, Susan, how are you? We are enjoying a lazy Sunday afternoon. I got up this morning and just been really lazy. My husband watched church service. I actually skipped out on church service today. Hey, Laura and Wanda, I spent some time with my mom and my Aunt Frances this morning instead. So we went to the grocery store and now I'm back home. And I thought, why not make my husband a sweet treat that he loves? I haven't made one in a long time. Hey, Lori, how are you guys doing? So what are y'all up to today? I'm just going to show you real fast how to put an awesome recipe together. This is a lemon pound cake recipe. I used to make them all the time. Like, seriously, I used to make them all the time. They're so good. Hey, Kelsey. Hey, Sarah and Judy. I see several friends jumping on. So I want to show you how to make some sweet treats, something that you can cook up and just snack on throughout the week. Something that is that you can make individualized. That way you don't have a big cake sitting on your counter that's hard to resist. These you can make into meatloaf. You can make these into muffins, little lemon pound cake muffins. You can store them in a seal-tight container on your counter, or you can put them in the refrigerator and just snack on them throughout the week when you feel like you need a sweet. For me, when I make sweets, I always make sure I make something that I can just snack on, like the, what were those? Those German chocolate brownies, guys. So good. If you love chocolate, you definitely want to try out that German chocolate brownie recipe I shared. It is so delicious, and you can cut them up into, 14 or 15, even 18 small brownies and eat them individually when you feel like that sweet tooth is coming. Fortunately with keto, we don't have that sweet tooth often, which is awesome. But when you do have it, you don't want to deprive yourself. You don't want to say, well, I can't eat anything because I can't eat sweets. Well, you can. You just want to make sure they're keto sweets, and you still don't want to go overboard with them. So when I make a sweet, I really like to do something that's small, that I can just take one thing at a time. Now, unfortunately, those brownies are so fire. They're so good. It's really hard for me to eat one or two at a time, so I don't cook them very often at all for that reason. I'm a chocoholic. I always have been. I love chocolate. I still love chocolate, even keto. I'm working into my 3rd year keto. My husband loves this recipe. He loves pound cakes. I do too, but man, these are so good and easy. So I'm just waiting for a couple of friends to come on. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I'm fixing to start mixing this up so fast. I've got a little muffin pan over here greased down, so we're gonna be ready to pour these into muffins. I've got my oven on 350, and the first thing we're gonna do is take some dry ingredients and mix them together and put them to the side. So I've got 1 1/4 cup of almond flour, and I'm gonna show you, I love this almond flour. There's lots of almond flours out there. This one is not expensive. It's $19 for this huge big bag. It's a great carb count, okay? Almond flour is something you have to get used to. When I first fixed something with it, I thought, it tastes like a little grainy. But after the 2nd or 3rd time, it didn't make a difference to me. At Hill of Beans, I love almond flour now. So this is Nature's Eats. I get it from Walmart. Let me see if I can turn my camera around for you. You can get almond flours all over the place. This is Nature's Eats. So you see there? Nature's Eats. I like this one because it has a really low carb count. Just because it says almond flour, or just because you pick up almond flour, doesn't mean you're doing the best you can. Of course, don't be too crazy on yourself. But when you're looking at your items that you buy at the store, you want to look at your nutritional facts, okay? Always look at your ingredients and your nutritional facts, because there's a lot of almond flours out there that have eight carbs in a serving. This one has 1 carb in a serving. That's why I like almond or Nature's Eats. This one has 3 tablespoons as a serving, and in 3 tablespoons, you only have 1 carb. So that's a pretty awesome carb count. So Nature's Eats, we're gonna do 1 1/4 cups. So 1 1/4 cup of almond flour. I've got that in my thing. We're gonna do some salt. So I use Redmond's real salt. Any pink Himalayan salt's perfect. We're gonna do a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Ooh, a little more than that, that's all right. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Then we're gonna do a full teaspoon of baking powder. And we're just gonna mix these dry ingredients up, and then we're gonna get them out of the way. Let me get a fork. So we're just gonna mix this up and set it over out of the way. What is one of y'all's favorite? Beth said that she really likes a good lemon cheesecake. That sounds awesome. You'll have to tell us if you like it. So last night I made a date night chocolate cake. I love my chocolate mug cakes. Again, that's 1 serving, or you can even split that into 2 servings and share it with your date. I like the whole thing. But again, that's an individualized dessert, so you don't have like this huge sheet cake on your counter. So I love mug cakes. If you love chocolate, you definitely should check out the date night chocolate that I made last night. It's so delicious. So we're just mixing up these dry ingredients. I'm gonna throw them over here out of the way. I've got my KitchenAid out. You don't have to have a KitchenAid to make these. You can use a hand blender if you'd like. But what we're fixing to do is go ahead and mix up. The first thing is a butter. Whoop, butter. So I've got about 4 tablespoons of softened butter. And we're gonna go ahead and put in our sweetener. Now today I'm using a 1/2 cup. The recipe I'm gonna post for you later actually calls for 3/4 cups, but it just depends on the sweetener substitute you're using. Of course, we don't use sugar. I really like Pure, P-Y-U-R-E. Let me turn this around again for you. Again, I get this at Walmart. It's not crazy expensive. Pure, P-Y-U-R-E. Now, with your sweeteners, you wanna make sure that you're careful and making sure you understand how to use it. So most sweeteners, keto-friendly like Swerve or monk fruit, it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So if your recipe calls for 1 tablespoon, you use 1 tablespoon of it. This one's different. So this one has a conversion factor, and this one tells you if it calls for a tablespoon, you're going to use 1/2 tablespoon. If it calls for a cup, you're going to use 1/2 cup. So Pure, to me, it lasts longer. That may be a mind thing because it says you use 1/2 of it. But it also does not give me an aftertaste. My husband hates Swerve. He does not even like monk fruit. I like them. I never taste anything, but he's got a very refined palate. So Pure for us works the best. So that's what I recommend. You can get this at Walmart or any of the health food stores. So because there is not a 1-to-1 ratio, instead of doing 3/4 cup or 1 cup, I'm going to use a 1/2 cup of Pure. If you are using Swerve, I would highly recommend go ahead and use the 3/4 cup. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get this started. We want to mix this really good. We got melted, or not melted, softened butter and the sweetener. So easy and delicious. All right, and now we're gonna go ahead and add in 3.5 cups, or 3.5 ounces, 3.5 ounces of softened cream cheese. So we're just gonna throw that right in. If I can get my KitchenAid to work right. All right. Does this thing not get on y'all's nerves? Okay, so we're gonna put in 3.5 ounces of softened cream cheese, and I'm gonna go ahead and put in my extract. So I'm using vanilla and lemon. Now, if you just wanna make a vanilla pound cake, just start with the vanilla only, but we love lemon pound cakes. So I'm gonna do a teaspoon, which my mom taught me at the age of 40, that this cap is the serving size. I never knew that ever until I was 40. I always got out my measuring spoons and used those. So we're doing lemon and vanilla because I'm making a lemon pound cake. And if you have real lemon juice, that's even better. Okay? Now if you use real lemon juice though, it's adding a little bit of carbs, but come on y'all. This recipe using my ingredients, again using my almond flour, is about 2 carbs per muffin. So it's a really good fat cake that is so delicious. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and mix this up real quick. Hey Melissa, how are you guys doing? Ooh, if you love pound cake, you definitely want to check this out. It's a lemon pound cake. It's not a cheesecake, it's just a pound cake. So super delicious. We're gonna throw it in our muffin tin and make 12 of these, about 2 net carbs with my ingredients, with my almond flour. You do have to check out your own almond flour to get those total carb counts. Guys, if this recipe sounds good to you, please share this video. I wanna share keto, how easy it is to maintain keto. I'm working in my 3rd year. Yes, in 2020, I definitely packed on some inches. It's okay, it's not the end of the world. They're already coming off. I feel wonderful in February. Out there in my bathing suit, feeling great. So, you know, you're gonna gain throughout your journey. You're gonna lose throughout your journey. You can't always go like this, but you can maintain a keto lifestyle. I absolutely love it. So if you like pound cake, or if this recipe sounds good, share this video, give me some hearts, give me some stars. I see some stars down there as an option. Give me some stars. And let's share the keto diet. Okay, so we're just mixing up this. So far, just to remind you, I've got 4 tablespoons of softened butter I mixed with my sweetener. I used a 1/2 cup of Pure. If you're using Swerve or monk fruit or any of those, you want to use a 3/4 to 1 cup to get it as sweet as you like it. Mix that up. Then I mixed in 3.5 ounces of softened cream cheese. It looks so good. I added a teaspoon of vanilla extract and a teaspoon of vanilla extract to that, and now I'm mixing it all together. It looks really good and creamy like a cake batter or a cake topping. All right, now we're going to add in 4 eggs. We're going to do them one at a time. Just add in 4 eggs and mix it as we go. And we're almost done. This is so super easy and delicious. My husband's going to be excited when he gets to eat these. So, what are you guys doing for dinner tonight? Y'all have plans already for dinner? My son is coming over to the house, and we're going to cook up some new stuff. I'm excited. Ricky is sitting here watching them. We're just going to mix in 1 egg at a time. We want to make sure this gets really good and mixed before we put our dry stuff in. So we're going to do 4 eggs. We're going to be making tonight some Italian pork chops, which you guys have seen before. I love them. They're super easy and delicious. I'm going to do 2 this time. And then we're going to make a double baked cabbage. So I'm really excited about that. It's a cabbage casserole. And we're going to make some cheesy cauliflower. So I'm so excited. All right, we're mixing up these eggs. I'll put 2 in that time. You really should just mix 1 at a time. Ooh, looks delicious. All right, last egg. We're doing 4 eggs. Tina said they're doing tuna steaks and veggies. That sounds awesome. Bonnie says that sounds delicious. Ricky's over here popping popcorn while I'm cooking up a keto treat. My son's not coming to eat until 5, so we may snack on something in a little while. I'm still not hungry. I had my keto nap drink, I don't know, about 9 o'clock. I didn't wake up till 9, y'all. I'm not gonna be able to get up next week for work. I worked crazy hours this week, and then Thursday and Friday I got lucky and didn't have to work the second shift. Friday I ended up not having to work at all, so I really enjoyed Friday.
Yeah,
but I have slept late. I have slept late. Like, I'm not gonna be able to wake up in the morning. All right, so let's mix this last egg in. Beth is having Cobb salad. That sounds awesome. I'm excited about my veggies tonight. I like to try new things. Now, I normally would not try 2 new things on the same night just in case one of them turns out sucky. But I'm taking a chance tonight and we're gonna do it. All right, this looks so good. It's very, very liquidy. So now we're gonna go ahead and just throw our dry ingredients in and mix in, and we're almost done. Hey, Stephanie, how are you guys doing? Susan says cheesy keto chicken bacon broccoli casserole. Woo, you're speaking to my heart, girlfriend. That sounds awesome. I love broccoli. I'm fixing to post you guys my grocery haul. We did go to the grocery store already. I'm going to post you my menu for the week. I'm so excited about this week's menu. Last week just turned into pure crap. So I did not cook a single night. I had to work double shifts 2 or 3 days, and then Lord, it was just nuts. When I did get a night home, Ricky had already cooked up the meat I had. Ricky cooked taco salads for us one night when I had to work a double shift. But yeah, I mean, last week was crazy and I did not cook. But you know what? I did awesome. I fasted for 2 solid days for my 60-hour keto reboot. And it was easy. It was the easiest I've ever fasted before because I was not in the kitchen. And then, I mean, we took it easy. One night we had omelets. That was super easy. I did cook that night. I cooked omelets. It was good too. But I don't think that's cooking. Omelets are like super easy. But that's how easy keto is, okay? And I feel great this week because I got all that fasting done. And for whatever reason, I feel like some inches are coming off of me. So I just feel good. All right, guys, I'm going to mix this up. We're almost finished. I'll go over these ingredients one more time. If this sounds good, share my video, please. Give me some stars down there. Give me some hearts. We want to show people how easy it is to cook keto. You can have sweet things on keto. Ooh, man, it smells delicious. It smells just like a lemon pound cake. Ooh, and it's got a little thickness to it. I'm going to get this off the sides. Get all that almond flour down in there good. So do you guys use your KitchenAid all the time? My husband surprised me with this. I believe for my anniversary. Yes, it was our anniversary. He surprised me with this. Didn't even know I wanted one. Like I've never asked for a KitchenAid. But he bought it for me and I'm like, a KitchenAid? So I started making my sweet stuff in it, which I don't cook all the time. And it was so much fun. Like, this thing is fun. I also use it for zoodles. Like if I want to make some zoodles, you can zoodle it up with a little zoodle attachment. There's a cheese attachment, all kinds of attachments. Now, it is big. But it is pretty on the counter. I don't like a lot of stuff on my counter. All right, here we go. Mix this last time. I'm so excited. Ooh, it smells good. We're fixing to pour this in our muffin pan and we are done. I got my oven on 350. We're gonna cook these for about 20 or 25 minutes because I'm doing muffins. Now you can pour this into a loaf pan. You can pour it into a little 9x9 cake pan. You can do whatever you want to. I like individualized desserts. That way I only eat one and not half the cake. That's just me. Now the chocolate is harder for me to do that. So if I make chocolate cookies or the chocolate brownies like I did last week for Valentine's that were fabulous and thought it so good, then it was really hard for me to eat one at a time. But these muffins, 2 net carbs with my almond flour, and I mean so easy and delicious, and I can just eat 1 or 2 at a time. All right, I don't like to waste any. Okay, so we're gonna take now my muffin pan that I did grease down. I did spray it with some grease, with some coconut something or another, I don't remember. Put that back in there, so it's gonna make a mess. Let me take this out before I make a mess real quick. And I'm just going to put these in my pan. And I usually use like a 2 tablespoon dipper. This little 2 tablespoon dipper. And I just put 2 tablespoons in each muffin pan, and then I come back and fill in the rest if I need to. Yum, I'm so excited to have these. I have not made these in a very long time. Used to, every time we went on vacation, I made these. And we put them in an airtight Tupperware and carried them with us to vacation. These and the keto magic cookies, I love those. But my husband loves these. All of my family love these. So anytime we go on vacation or meet my cousins or our friends in Atlanta and I bring these, I get so excited because they're so good. All right, guys, do you have any questions for me? I am going to come back later this evening with some new side dishes. I've never made them before, so we're going to do it together. And I will tell you if they're good before you go out and run and buy the ingredients. So good. This is gonna be so good. My son's coming over tonight. He's not a big sweet person, so he probably won't have any, but his girlfriend might. Making a mess. I'm good at that. All right, so I missed you guys this week. I hope your week was better than mine. Yes, Susan, I 100% will post this recipe. Let me go ahead and go over it with everybody real quick. So what we did is take our dry ingredients and mix them in a bowl first. The dry ingredients is 1, okay, hang on. My camera fell over. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry about that. So the dry ingredients is 1 1/4 cup of almond flour. Look, I tried to save my camera, got my thing in there. So 1 1/4 cup of almond flour. You can choose whatever almond flour you want to use. I love Nature's Eats. And then a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. That was our dry ingredients. You want to put those in a bowl first and mix it up really good. And then we took 4 tablespoons of softened butter, really softened butter, and we put that into this mixer. And we added our sweetener. So the sweetener is, if you're using like Swerve or any of the keto-friendly sweeteners, you want to use about 3/4 cup. I use Pure that does not have an equal ratio, so I used a 1/2 cup of my sweetener. That didn't mix up really good. All right, and then after that, you add in 3½ ounces of softened cream cheese to mix in with your vanilla and lemon extract. So just the top capful teaspoon of each of those extracts if you want lemon. If you don't want lemon, you can just do vanilla pound cake. All right, and then after that, we start adding the eggs individually, 1 by 1. There's 4 eggs. After that, just throw the dry ingredients in and you're done. So it's super easy and delicious. All right. So I may go back and add 1 more tablespoon to all these because I still have room. I did make a mess when I dropped my camera here. Throw that in so don't make them. Ooh, y'all, this smells so good. All right, I'm going to do, I guess I'm going to try, I probably have enough for all of them. I'll just go back and throw some more in there. These may blow up out of my pan. All right, what are y'all doing for dinner tonight? I'm just curious if y'all already have plans for dinner. One of the most important things for me in my journey is just making plans. I don't have to meal prep necessarily, but I have to have a plan of what I'm going to eat. Otherwise, I don't stick to it. So what I do on Sundays is I make my grocery list out before church. And then, I'm so sorry guys. So anyway, on Sundays, I'm just gonna hold it. I make my grocery list so I know exactly what I'm gonna cook during the week. And if I have the groceries here, I gotta cook it. So on Monday, I might not feel like taco salad, so that's fine. I can make the cheesecakes I have. So I'm only gonna make what I have, and that's how I kind of prep for the week. I don't necessarily do a lot of cooking on Sundays to do meal prepping, but I always have a plan of what I'm going to have this week, and I buy the groceries for that, and that's all I buy. So there's no question. I'm going to cook something that's on my list for the week. All right, hang on. Let's turn thing. I don't know what's wrong with this camera. My camera stand's janky. All right. Have you tried using cooking scoop? I haven't. I actually have a cookie scoop that I use for like if I'm making cookies, but I never needed it for this. I think it's just my camera's giving me my nerves. Y'all, this is gonna be so good. I got batter left over, and I know you're supposed to eat eggs, but who doesn't lick the batter off their batter spoons? All right, so I'm just filling these back up. First, I did 2 tablespoons in each muffin pan, and then just going back and filling them. You don't want to get too crazy because there is baking powder, so it's gonna rise. I did spray my pan, and with my ingredients, it's about 2 net carbs per muffin. So it's really good for a good dessert. Lemon pound cakes. If this sounds good, go ahead and share my video. If you guys have any questions, send them my way. I said earlier, I am going to be getting some trial packs out for the Keto Nap Drinks tomorrow. So if you need to be on that list, make sure you reach out to me because I am going to be putting those together in the morning, and then I'm going to be very busy after that. All right, this looks delicious. I'm done. So I gotta clean this off so it doesn't burn. Easy peasy. I'm putting them in at 350, and these will be ready in about 20-25 minutes. All right, guys, I hope y'all have a great day. If you have any questions, just send them my way. I'll be back in the kitchen later, and hopefully the lighting will be a whole lot better in here. I'm not sure what's going on. I want to make sure my oven was on. Yes, it's on and it's hot. All right, guys, have a great one. Talk to you later. Bye.